Thanks, President. I will speak briefly on this as well, and I commend Mr Hayes for this bill, and I know that this is something that he's been passionate about, and I've really actually enjoyed listening to the other speakers who have that experience as on local council and local government. And I must say, I spend a lot of time with my local government in my electorate, and I find them a great resource and a great source of information, and I think that they do some remarkably good work, and they do represent their community. However, I don't support this bill, and I have tried. I really actually have worked hard to bring myself around to this, but I actually went to the election in 2018 with policies to create reasonable and rational decisions around density in our inner and middle suburbs, as well as expanding our regional cities. And we took that policy from the Grattan Institute and from the work of Infrastructure Victoria. And both of them said that this needs to be a statewide policy. This needs to be consistent, and it needs to be statewide. And we're just starting on the homelessness inquiry, and the numbers, the shortage of housing in this state is startling. It's frightening. It's almost too big to even think how we're going to deal with it. 50,000 homes. How are we going to do with that? And I really believe that we need to have a whole of state plan. Now, this bill will actually dilute that, and will result in a piecemeal approach, a council by council plan. And I don't think that this will achieve what we need to achieve, what Infrastructure Victoria says we need to achieve. The research that I read from the Grattan Institute about the sort of density that we're going to need, so that we're not constantly building homes over our farmlands. So we're not constantly spreading, and my region goes out to those outer interface councils, and to continue building the infrastructure, to continue to build out is not the answer. Certainly to support regional cities like Shepparton, like Ballarat, like Bendigo, Mildura, Wangaratta, to expand and expand and take in some of our population growth is something we would do. I agree that I think that when you look at our planning acts, and when you look at our this act, it's ginormous, and it's one of those pieces of legislation that has been added onto, amended. So I support Ms Ratnam's proposal that we have an inquiry into the Planning and Environment Act. I think that is actually well worth to look at it as a whole. I don't think that this bill goes to that point. This bill will make it impossible to implement Plan Melbourne, and I think that would be a mistake. So I won't go on. I know that this is one of the reasons. This is the platform that Mr Hayes stood on. I commend that. I would like to see a greater consistency. I would like to see local governments not feeling that they were overridden. But I have also been at the other end of local governments making ridiculous decisions that have to be taken to VCAT, and this bill would actually close off that opportunity for us to challenge bad decisions by local government. So while I admire Mr Hayes's passion on this, and I really have actually enjoyed the debate today, I can't support the bill.